Cleveland has a history with homelessness in that we're looked to by many other cities for our permanent supportive housing network. So the state of homelessness, in fact, is one that's well supported and rich, but also, unsheltered homelessness has been a challenge.
I always talk about homelessness looking a lot of different ways. There's not just one story. It's the mom that just was recently evicted that's now trying to find a place with their kids. It's the person that's been living under a bridge for a decade, and it's everybody in between. And I think that for folks who are unhoused, they are often invisible in plain sight. I think, I saw an interview once where they were asking folks who were unhoused to describe the experience of homelessness with one word. And the one word that struck me the most was a gentleman who said, it's lonely. That being homeless is lonely because you spend your day around folks who don't address you by name, kind of see you as just part of the environment.
And when people are on the street, they are making the choice to be on the street. They are deciding that shelter isn't for them for whatever reason. It can be a trauma response. It can be something as simple as the need to be with someone's partner.
So Home for Every Neighbor is a comprehensive program that involves a lot of different partners working to get folks who are living unsheltered directly into housing throughout the city of Cleveland. What we do is we basically go to a site where folks are living unsheltered and spend some time establishing who is living there, who are the regular stayers, build a list of everyone that's there, and then we commit to everyone that's at that site and say, we're going to find you housing. And at the same time as we start looking for units, that's when case managers like Mario start to build a relationship with the participant, help them pick out a unit, help them apply for that unit, and start talking to them about what the transition from the campsite, from the tent, from the abandoned building to an apartment is going to be like.
And we're not taking a step-by-step approach where people want folks who are on the street to first go to shelter and from shelter be housed. Instead, we're skipping that step altogether and asking people on the street if this housing would be appropriate for them. Does it fit their needs? So I think it's really a matter of ensuring that they have that advocate by their side to help them through all of the necessary things to address a disability, a mental health challenge, whatever it might be, so that they can thrive. And quite honestly, I think what people often express to us is that seeing people living on the streets feels like a crisis to them too. When you're experiencing someone going through crisis, you feel it yourself through your own empathy and your own fear.
Folks who are living outside, as I mentioned before, often feel overlooked, feel like the system doesn't work for them. They've been let down by the system, they've been mistreated, they've been traumatized. And sometimes when we show up, there is this sense of, I don't know if this is real, because I've been told before that there were options for me. I've had a pathway to housing that fell through. I was told something was happening, and then I was told to just keep waiting. And sometimes folks have a voucher and they're waiting for months, or they think they're on a list for housing only to be told, oh, actually that application expired, or that unit's not ready yet, or it's still going to be another month. And so when we're showing up and saying, no, we're going to get you into housing and it's going to be fast, there's this initial, do I trust that? And I think that's totally reasonable. And so I think that's why we need to show up and be trauma responsive and be trauma informed and be supportive to folks and assure them, but then also keep our word. And I think one of the things that, I always try to remind myself and remind the whole team is that it's a huge step for someone to say yes to this program. I think you can look at it from the perspective of, look at all the stuff that they are getting. But the reality is they are making a huge step to say, I would like to say yes to this. I want to get into housing. I want to take this step and take this risk. Because moving, no matter what, if you're moving from one house to another, it's still a change in your life. And for someone who has always been overlooked, always been in crisis, because homelessness is a crisis, to say, I'm going to take this step and give this a shot, is really something to be congratulated.
The mayor has been unequivocal with me since I started this role and started working on this project that his goal is to end it.
It's the first day of a change. It's a new opportunity. It's a fresh start. And I think it's that human connection, that opportunity, that really privilege I've felt to be able to have someone allow me into their life, to allow me into their home. Like when you walk into a campsite, it's not the traditional home. And so I might forget that I'm actually walking into someone's living room. I'm walking into someone's home, into someone's bedroom, and they're letting me do that, and they're sharing with me their story.
We have built a team that are so passionate about making this happen and seeing it through. Our team has spent some time just asking me if they could meet with Mayor Bibb to thank him for his commitment to this, because they're so happy that they're able to do this. So I think it's the team more than anything that gets me up to tackle another day, and that they are so focused on getting this job done and doing it well and quickly and right. I think, what else could I ask for?